Manifesting that all of my side hustles will eventually replace my full-time salary. Until then, I'm Tate, a full-time corporate lawyer, part-time creator entrepreneur. Because everyone knows what a lawyer does, I won't bore you with that part of my backstory. As a content creator, I have collaborated with multiple businesses on social media over the past 2 years to create digital assets that can be used in social media marketing campaigns, both on Instagram and TikTok. All of this brand deal experience has been great for me, not only in developing my content creation skills, but also allowing me to hone my negotiation skills that I started developing in practice as a lawyer. When I'm working with these brands, I advocate for myself to make sure that my rights are protected. I decided to share my tips and advice with other content creators on social media. My videos immediately blew up, and I realized very quickly that the creators and influencers in my audience needed much more assistance than I could pack into a 30-second TikTok video. So my business was born. One of the goals of my business is to provide accessible and affordable guidance to content creators and influencers so that they are provided with the tools and resources that they need to confidently advocate for themselves when they are working with brands. Brands are often represented by lawyers, but content creators usually are not. Made it my mission to provide many free and affordable resources and guides for content creators so that we kind of level the playing field. And I know I breezed through my business really quickly. That is just one small section of my business. There are multiple parts, and my business has evolved over the past 6 months. It's crazy to believe that I've only been in business for 6 months and so much has happened, but don't worry. In season 2, which airs next year, I will be walking you through my first year of business. In this vlog, I'm going to be sharing the top tools that I use to run my online side hustle, and I'm also going to be sharing how much I pay monthly for each of these tools. It's not going to be by any means an exhaustive list of all the tools that I currently use in my business. This is just the first episode in a series of many more videos just like this that will be airing in season 2, 2023. This video will be focused on the business support tools that are non-negotiable and completely essential. And I think that if you are an aspiring side hustler or a new entrepreneur in the online space, these tools are definitely things that you definitely want to consider using to the extent that they are helpful for your business needs. And you don't have to worry about doing the work because I've already put in the hours of research for you. Where possible, I tend to opt for the monthly payment option just because things change so quickly. There are new features added, and I don't want to be locked into any one product or service if there's something new, more efficient, and cheaper that comes along. That's just my personal preference. If you opt in to go with the yearly plan and save a little bit more money, that's great for you, but I personally prefer to just go the month to month, so my prices reflect that. My biggest monthly expense is Kajabi. Kajabi is an all-in-one business platform that allows you to create, market, and sell online courses, coaching programs, membership sites, podcasts, and digital products. I personally use Kajabi to house my website. I, in the future, will be repurposing my vlogs into blogs on my website. So Kajabi is really just a one-stop shop for me. I also sell my digital products that are aimed at providing content creators and influencers with various tools and guides to help them better advocate for themselves when they are working with brands. What else is great about Kajabi is that you can do all of your email marketing in one place. So I store my contacts on my email list there. I actually even send out my email newsletter when I have time to do that. I manage my one-on-one coaching or any strategy calls. Everyone can just book it through there. Kajabi's integration with Calendly, which I'll talk about a little bit later. The biggest drawback that I saw with Kajabi that as of today, this is how timely this is, as of today, that's being updated, was their underwhelming membership community product. It left a lot to be desired. As you'll see, it's just, there's really not much to it. It was just a glorified forum to begin with. But I received an email from Kajabi today notifying me that I got access to the beta of the new membership community product. And based on what I'm seeing so far, I'm very impressed. And this may allow me to eliminate the second expense that I will be covering, which was something that I had taken on just because membership community is a major part of my business offering. The fact that Kajabi's community product left a lot to be desired, I had use Mighty Networks. I will get back to you on this once I've had some more time to sit with this, but based on what I'm seeing so far, this definitely is more than sufficient for all the needs that I have for my membership community. I do have experience building websites, so I'm not a complete newbie when it comes to that, but my one gripe with their website templates is that there are a number of default settings that you have to triple check are updated, and it's not very intuitive for beginners unless you're super meticulous. But for the most part, I will say that their plug and play website building templates are really great. Now on to how much I spend for Kajabi. I'm sure if you have heard about Kajabi, the first thing that you associate with it is how expensive it is. And I'm not gonna lie to you, I pay $199 a month for the growth plan. I take full advantage of all of the different things that Kajabi has to offer. If I were to individually pay for these services from different places, it definitely would exceed the $199 that I'm paying each month. So from that perspective, it is definitely worthwhile. Everyone's needs are different. So if you don't need all of the bells and whistles of Kajabi, it might not be the best option for you. But if you are in a position where you think that you might be doing coaching or consulting or have a membership community or want to sell digital products and you need email marketing and a website, Kajabi is definitely the best option when it comes to having a one-stop shop for everything. Also, something that I realized very quickly as an entrepreneur is when you are migrating membership communities or your audience from one platform to the other, it's like herding cattle. It's so hard. I initially started on Kajabi just because I didn't know any better for my membership community, and then I moved to Mighty Networks, still trying to get people over to Mighty Networks, which this may be for the best because now I think we're gonna actually be migrating back to Kajabi. But I will say that I cannot overstate the benefit of just having all of your services housed under one platform. People hate, myself included, when I'm the consumer. I hate having to go to multiple different platforms to access something from one business coach. So to the extent that you can have all of your stuff housed under one convenient place, that definitely is worth any additional fee. And most importantly, I can integrate with Stripe and there is no additional processing or transaction fee. And that is something that is very important because with Mighty Networks, as I'll talk about later, there actually is a processing fee, and that can really add up because you already have a processing and transaction fee associated with payment processors like Stripe. So I'm really glad that Kajabi doesn't charge us an additional fee on top of that. And if you have been toying around with the idea of trying out Kajabi, you can use the link in my description to get a free 30-day trial. It's so cold in here, I have to turn off the heat when I'm filming videos just because the vent is so loud. Anyways, the second expense is for Mighty Networks. And this is a recent expense just because I recently started my membership community in August. I really love Mighty Networks and I still do love it. I really love how amazing the app is. The user interface is very sleek and aesthetic, and you know, I'm all about that. I can change the branding to match my branding colors for my business. I just really love how interactive it is. Definitely my membership community engagement has increased since we migrated over to Mighty Networks, and I just really love how I can personalize it and interact with each member. However, you know what, let me check to see if Kajabi actually has a separate app for the membership community because they're, oh wait, hang on, this is actually amazing. Scratch everything I just said. By the time you'll be watching this, I will have already canceled my Mighty Network subscription. But okay, so Kajabi is definitely worth the money at this point. This new collaboration or this new partnership with Vibely has definitely been a game changer. So I will be migrating my community back over to Kajabi, and in the process saving me the $39 that I had been paying for the past few months for Mighty Networks. So I was on the community plan for Mighty Networks, which is $39 a month. Again, I could save some money if I paid for the annual plan, but in a situation like this is the perfect example of why I wouldn't do that, just because Kajabi got his act together, and now I can eliminate this additional $40 fee every single month, which I will have done by the time you're watching this. Not every side hustler is going to need all of the bells and whistles that Kajabi offers. Maybe you are a content creator who is trying to take your audience off of the platform to something that you can actually control, and you're just needing a membership community. In a situation like that, then Mighty Networks might be a really great fit for you. One major drawback with Mighty Networks is the fact that there is a processing fee. For the community plan that I was on, there is a 3% transaction fee, which again, 3% on top of the 2.9% whatever plus fee for Stripe starts to add up. Moving on to website hosting. This is not really anything, like sexy or exciting. It's just something we need to do. I use Bluehost. It's one of those situations where I could not pay monthly. I had to pay for the year upfront. So I paid for the year total. First of all, I'm on the basic plan. And for that comes out to $35.40 per year, or roughly like, I can do the math. And I also opted in to get domain privacy and protection, which was $26.05 per year. So the monthly breakdown for each of those is $512 a month, which is so reasonable, and it's such a small amount that I don't even think about it. And we're gonna move on. Moving on to client, relationship, customer management, all of those good things. So I use Calendly for scheduling. Calendly is a scheduling automation platform, but it is just so much more than that. It just really optimizes the whole scheduling process, eliminates the time that I used to spend going back and forth trying to find availability with various people, whether it is a brand partner that wants to schedule an onboarding call, it's a startup founder who wants to pick my brain about a new feature for their creator monetization tool. I also have it set up where I have workflows that send out either intake questionnaires, so whenever I have a new client coming in, we don't have to waste time on our first or initial clarity call. And I also have Calendly automatically send them reminders to confirm that they will be attending meetings that I have scheduled. So it's just, again, it operates as a personal assistant without me really having to pay much for it, because I'm just scraping the surface with when it comes to Calendly. I just haven't really had the time to really devote to playing around with all of the automations and all of the workflows that I can use. But Calendly is just a really great option, especially if you are a solopreneur, you are getting started with your side hustle, or you don't have the money to really invest in getting a personal assistant. I'm on the professional monthly plan, so I pay $15 every single month. When it comes to contract management, I use HelloSign. HelloSign allows you to electronically request and add legally binding signatures to any document, and there is a free plan available, and I take full advantage of it. Unless you're bringing in over 3 new clients every single month, the free plan definitely should provide you with everything that you need. I'm on the free plan, so my monthly expense when it comes to HelloSign is $0. Moving on to email and file management, I use Google Workspace. Google Calendar is my life. I organize everything in there. I would not survive without Google Calendar. I've color coordinated things just because I'm a visual person. Yes, I added my brand colors to it. I have my monthly cycle tracked in there just so I know what times of the month are best for me to do certain activities. Google Calendar is my life. I talked about this ad nauseum in earlier episodes, but I have daily digest set up every single day. I believe it's at 6 or 5 a.m. I get an email that just spells out all of the appointments that I have coming up for the particular day, and that has saved me on missing a lot of important meetings that I booked weeks or months in advance and totally forgot about. So again, this is a very low cost way to have a personal assistant that makes sure that you stay on track of very important things. The Google Workspace plan that I'm on is the business standard plan, which is $12 a month, but because I have 1 team member, I pay $24 a month. With that, I have the ability to have video meetings with up to 150 participants, and I also get recordings from it, and I also get closed captioning. And that is something that definitely pushed me to get the business standard plan, because as I mentioned earlier, a part of my business is my membership community, and we have our live sessions monthly. So for me, having the additional storage that also comes with this business standard plan, I have terabytes of storage per user, which is awesome. So I can upload all of my meeting recordings. I can have the replays automatically saved to my Google Drive after each session. So then it's super easy for me to then just upload it to the member portal for any members who were unable to join live. And with Google Workspace, I also have the corporate creator email, which is just really great to be professional with running a business. Having a professional branded email definitely elevates everything that you're doing versus having like a Gmail or whatever email address. So that's something that I also have. I have the ability to create various aliases. So I have help at thecorporatecreator.com, sales at thecorporatecreator.com, partnerships. And again, it just increases the level of professionalism, even if you are just getting started out. So Google Workspace is an absolute must-have, non-negotiable for all of the various things that come along with it. Google Docs, Google Sheets, it's the way to go. Don't think about it, just get it. It's definitely worth $12 a month. Now moving on to the thing that we care most about when starting a business, money. When it comes to finances and getting paid on time, especially as a freelancer or a content creator or an influencer, you know it sucks when you do all this work, you create amazing content for a social media marketing campaign, and the brand tells you you need to wait net 30, net 60, or even net 90 days to be paid. Unacceptable. I started using Willa beginning of this year or late last year, and I've never looked back. Now, the moment I finish a brand deal, I invoice the brand using Willa, and I am able to be paid within 1 to 3 business days. I was grandfathered into a special VIP plan with Willa for 2022, so all of my transaction fees were waived. The fee, 2.9%, very comparable to what you would have to pay as a processing fee if you use PayPal. Time value of money is key, and being able to get your money immediately. Yes, you're paying a 2.9% fee versus having to wait 90 days, even like debatable. Getting your money right now is always going to be the best answer. But it's not just for content creators or influencers, it's really for any US-based creative freelancer. An additional incentive to use Willa, if you use the link in my description, you will receive $100 when you submit your first invoice. And moving on to Stripe, it's a payment processor, nothing sexy here, it's just necessary. There's no fee just to have Stripe, a 2.9% plus 30-cent processing fee on each transaction. And I love the fact that Stripe integrates seamlessly with Kajabi. So again, I don't think about it. I'm just getting paid. I got paid today. I have the Stripe app I can just monitor to see when my recurring subscriptions, if people are on monthly payment plans. It's just really great to just have control over that. And again, the 2.9% transaction fee is negligible, and I don't even think about it. There are no setup fees, no monthly fees, no hidden fees, just this 2.9% plus 30% transaction fee, which again, if you're gonna hit with the fee, it means you're making money and all is well in the world. I'll just say I am an American Express girly, so I jumped at the opportunity to get the AMEX business checking. It is relatively new, but it's pretty seamless. It's great, no issues with it. It's marketed for small e-commerce business owners who do not deal with a lot of cash. Me. All about it is that there are no monthly overdraft or stop payment fees, and I have it linked to my other Amex card, so whenever I get cash back on my platinum card, or no, I have multiple cards. Whenever I earn points on any of my other Amex credit cards, I am then able to redeem it for statement credits. Moving on to Keeper, formerly Keeper Tax. Again, this is just a just do it type of app situation. It's an app that has software that once you sync all of your credit cards and bank accounts to it, it will help you identify tax deductible expenses if you are a freelancer, and it will send you notifications. Almost sometimes it's a little bit annoying. I've turned them off, but it's just a really great way so that you're not waiting until the end of the year to go through every single transaction that you've had for the past 12 months. It definitely catches a lot of things that I wouldn't have thought would have been tax deductible, but they are. I'm on the monthly plan, so I pay $16 a month. If you use the link in the description, you can get a 7-day trial. I also offer you tax preparation services as well. So that's something to also consider. It's definitely a very cost-effective option. I've used this one tax reporting cycle, and it definitely saved me so much time. I was able to export all of my expenses into a very convenient spreadsheet, and that really helped me prepare my taxes in a very efficient way. Moving on to the catch-all miscellaneous random stuff category. First up is Anytime Mailbox. Anytime Mailbox offers a real street address to professionalize your business home address. And this is something that most people probably don't even think about until you need it, and then you're just like, oh crap, what do I do? So this comes up if you have a business and you're sending out any form of email marketing. You need to put your business address at the bottom of all of this marketing materials. You just have to do it. But Anytime Mailbox presents as a solution to this. You definitely don't want your mailing address going out to the masses. So it will provide you with a location that you can use for your business address. If you are subscribed to my email newsletter, which you should be, or you've gotten any of my free digital products or resources, you have received an email from me, and you will see at the bottom that it has an address that is not my address, so don't go looking for me there. In addition, it actually can manage your mail and packages remotely. I have not taken advantage of this just because that would involve other people being involved in my packages, and I need my things when I want them. I don't want it to go through somewhere else. That is something that you could actually use. That's something else that they offer. Plans start at $4.99 a month. I'm on the pay per mail monthly plan. I pay $7.99 a month. You can use the link in my description to receive a $10 Amazon gift card when you sign up for this. So I should take that back. Kajabi has not been the biggest expense that I've incurred this year for my business. This is not an ongoing expense. It was just a really big upfront expense. I've formed an actual legal entity for my business, made it super official. And in New York, that was definitely not cheap. I use Zen Business because I am not a lawyer who handles this type of stuff, and I wanted to make sure that things were done the right way. I offer 3 different pricing tiers starting at $49. What I paid to get my legal entity formed for my business was $1,833, which comes out to roughly $152.75 a month. There are times to be cheap, and then there's times to just be smart. And this is definitely a time to be smart, and I wanted to make sure this was done right. Fee comes out to is the starter plan that I was on is $39. The state filing fee for New York was $205. What really got me was the New York publication fee, which is so annoying. You just can't get around it. It's just, you have to do it. It's a formality. And that was $1,400, essentially, $1,470. And then I also paid for word-free compliance. I don't really know what this means, but anything with things that end with Z. That was not intentional. But anyways, the final thing that I was talking about is Zapier. But there's just not really a great way to describe it. Essentially, it just allows you to integrate and connect various web applications that you want to make work together. Perfect example of this would be using Zapier to connect Kajabi and Calendly, so that whenever someone makes a purchase on Kajabi, Zapier will then send a little message to Calendly, and if you have an automation set up, it can maybe schedule them to book a session with you or something else. So it's just really great at connecting different apps and websites, and it's essential. I don't really need it that much just because I'm on Kajabi, and Kajabi has a lot of integrations built into the app already. I get away with the free plan. I would say it's on average, I'm probably spending around $500 in expenses for my business each month. Not bad. That is pretty spot on. I'm actually pretty impressed with myself because I usually have no idea how much money I'm spending. So not bad, Tay, not bad. For the tools and services and apps that I have discussed in this episode, the grand total that I am paying monthly, and as a reminder, some of these items I have paid for the entire year, so I'm not actually paying for them each month, but I'm going to be including them in the total just for completeness. Grand total is $458.86. So I wasn't too far off. Now there are still a number of productivity and project management, and let's not even get into the content creation related and software editing tools that I use. So all in all, I would say that the grand total is probably a little bit closer to $625 or $650 each month. But considering the fact that I've already prepaid for the year for a number of things, I will give myself credit and say that a little over $500 a month in business expenses is pretty accurate. Are my expenses on the higher end for a solopreneur who's just getting started? Probably. Still evolving, but I definitely have a really good idea of how I want my business to be run, and there are certain things that are non-negotiable. Yes, there are ways that you could probably reduce your spending, especially in the first year of business, and it make more sense to do that. But it's also a personal decision, and you have to make that ultimate determination yourself. This hopefully will just provide you with a little bit more guidance with respect to the different options that are out there. A number of the options that I have listed are free or offer free trials, so that if you are on the fence and you don't want to actually make that financial commitment, but you want to test drive it out, you do have that option. And I hope that you found this very helpful. As I said earlier, this is the first episode in an upcoming series of episodes just like this, where I will be taking you behind the scenes and dissecting various parts of my business, the tools that I use to stay productive, to schedule, to plan, put together my content workflows. There's just so many moving parts behind the scenes. And as a solopreneur who doesn't have a huge team or a personal assistant, I definitely prioritize tools that may cost a little bit more, but will save me the time and get things done efficiently so that I can work smarter. If you are interested in any of that type of content, make sure to hit subscribe, because there will be much more of this coming in season 2, which will be airing starting in January 2023. Seriously, I get so distracted. I was supposed to be focused on Vlogmas. Okay, back to Vlogmas and the remaining 3 episodes. Fingers crossed everything works wonderfully and we get our couch and rug delivered tomorrow, so that I hopefully can give you guys an updated living room makeover tour. I'm also going to be taking you guys behind the scenes as I prepare a vegan and vegetarian Christmas dinner. What else do I have? Like random things, whatever. So until tomorrow, go binge all of the earlier episodes of Vlogmas and go watch all of my shorts, and I will see you guys later.